Okay, so now we go with the third component. I just very fast create another camera from one of the points. You can always go to the different cameras that you create, right click and show camera. So it kind of shows you where they are. And to delete a camera, you will just delete the view. So I go there and delete that one, delete this one. I have the ones that I had. I always like to have like a 3D base, and you can duplicate this one and rename that something like 3D working or something like that, or work. So you know that's the one you go when you want to work, or the 3D is the work, and then you have one that is presentation. So you say, imagine this is an axon. You don't want the surface terrain. I want to hide some elements as well. No, you may want to hide also the detail line, and I don't know if you want the trees, probably not. I'm going to press Control and hide those elements as well, and that could be a very clean drawing. Why not? And you can just rename that and say something like 2D, something like exterior volume clean or something like that. So, we can duplicate as many times the view, so you can do that. I'm going to duplicate this one as well. And I'm going to rename, and I'm going to call that volume section, exterior volume section. So what I'm going to do here without selecting anything is turning on what is called the section box. Section box. It's this box that we can select and just move around to see, the parts of the building that can be cut with a section. So that can be perfectly used to showcase a plan from the top in three-dimensional. A little lower. Sometimes tricky to know which one is the one you have to move. So imagine that you have the previous volume that is clean, and then from the same angle you have the plan in 3D. You will have to obviously make sure you hide the masses in our case, but if you're working on a normal project, that will be no problem. You can turn it off. Let's see if it's coming out. Well, I'm trying to hide this one. Sometimes this one doesn't work because you still have to hide the category of masses. So and elements. Okay, so you can filter out and make sure you have no mass elements. And hide category. Oh, feeling there is also a particular. There you go. So now it's clean. Now notice how I'm cutting right on top of the floor plan. So you might want to show it below so you can see the whole thing. There you go. So that will be a clean setting. You can have obviously people walking in the 3D views. So you can have that, another person if you want. To give a sense of scale. If they come below, you can select them and pick a new host and select that one. So they go up. It's a little tricky because they by default go to the lower floor, pick new host, select that floor. And there you go. So then you need a line. And that's what you get. Then the section box is not necessarily a beautiful thing. So you can hide that element. And from the same view, you can potentially turn on the shadows if you want to as well. But, you know, I will probably not encourage that too much because it becomes a little bit unclear. What you could do is just turn it into a shaded mode or something like that and show that in a more three-dimensional way. I like this type of drawings, and I have one there and this one together in a drawing, so you have a sense of exterior and interior at the same time. You can again turn on the light bulbs, unhide the section box to manipulate in different ways, duplicate that view, and have another section box, etc., etc. So there are many things that you can do. Okay, let's create a stair. Let's go from level 1 to level 2. The way stairs work, and we've talked about this during class. You select the stair, you have different options here. What I'm going to use is just a typical, well, I'm going to do a curve one just because we're a very kind of a curvy setting of a project. So I'm going to go between the two grids and click in the center. And now I need to make sure before I set the stairs what type of stairs, although I can change it afterwards. That's the type of stair. And then I can set the top level to level 2 because I'm going from 1 to 2, apply. You need to set the width of the run, 4 feet, for example. You can create an offset and then just create the stair. Okay, you click once, each stair is done in a different way. You say okay, and then to best see the stairs, you probably want to create a section. Now, the section will probably be, in this case, looking in this direction, moving it close to the stair, right in front. And this could be a section I can use later on for the project as well. And double click on section there. Let's see how this is looking. Just to kind of clean up a bit the process, I'm going to also do the visibility and graphics changes that I did in the section. If you remember in the previous section, I'm going to go to walls, and then under projection, patterns, I'm going to make that fill in black. Okay, so okay, you apply so you can see what's going on. Sorry, mistake. It's definitely not the pattern. We want actually the feel of the cut. So what I can do is override the clear overrides, and that goes back to the previous step. We want when it's cut, the pattern. And this one was projection, how it looks when it's not being cut. So I'll do that, same changes again. That is cut. When I'm cutting the wall, how the pattern should be. So that looks the way. Now I want to do the same for the roof. Here it is. When it's cut, the pattern in black. All right, so that's the roof. And then the floors. So I want to press F here, floor. Now I'm choosing black, but you're more than welcome to do any other application that you want. So now it becomes much more clear. I wonder why I can't see further this. Let's make the intersection with the roof, but that, when you create a shaded way, it kind of looks much cleaner. Not that you're going to present it like this, but demonstrate how we can clean up those things a little bit better. You have the stair, and there we go. So it is going from this level up to that other level. That's great. I'm going to then do another stair here in a different way. So obviously, if we go up the stair, we hit the floor. So that's not a great idea. So let's go to level 2 and wireframe WF to see where we want an opening. So the ideal place to create an opening would be in the floor of level 2. So I'm going to select a bunch of things like this. filter out, and I only want the floor. So floor here, okay. And I'm going to do edit boundary. So that's that. And I'm going to choose for the first time the green options here. So I could create a circle and try to create that circle, but I'm going to actually take line, select the line outside. What that does is convert whatever line is on the interface in a magenta line, no? So this is down. So basically you're coming from this point downwards. This is the highest point of all. So we definitely want a line there. We want a line there. And what I'm going to do is also create this line, expand this further and do TR here and here, here and here, and here and here. So if I only do this, making sure that everything is closed and say, okay, that should actually solve a little bit the problem. I'm going to go to the 3D volume section because I think it's clear. You know, if we see it in 3D, I'll turn on the section box just to work with it and hide elements. And I'm going to take it up a little bit. So that way I can see very clearly where the landing of that stair happens. So it's a circle, comes up. Obviously, we need a railing here and there, but so far it works. I'm going to do something more funny here. So I'm going to go to the floor plan level 2, select the floor. Now it's easier, edit boundary, and I'm going to do something different. I can use that, and I can do something like split here, delete this component, and I'm going to use a tangent and do from the end. Just something that you could perfectly do if you want. Now that's closing that in an elegant way. So I'm going to do just to fill it between these two. And there you go. So that's a weird thing. It might be the most beautiful thing in the world, but that will create some kind of a funny element that respects the three-dimensional quality of the space. No? So I'm going to go to my section volume and see what happens. Oh, there you go. I'm not using the splines because this is a great way to create railings, which I'm going to do right now. Yeah, to do railings, you go to the level you want to create the railings. You click railing. There are different types of railings as well. You can change them afterwards. And in most of the cases, railings work very nicely kicking. And the thing about railings has to be a continuous polyline, so it can't be broken into pieces. Okay, so we will have the main problem here. Let's split this, delete this one. TR for trimming. And if you don't have that included, it's not going to work. So it's going to say you can't do that. You have to select all of the pieces here to make sure there's a continuous polyline. Okay, so if we go again towards the section, there we go. It's like a weird, funny thing. We can change those railings, select a different one if you want to. Glass, whatever. So order pipe systems. And then you can change the railings of the stairs as well by pressing Control 1 and the other one. So they have similar take. No? I'm going to use a different rating. There's another one. Going to 1.5. See that. And then I'm going to see railing. I'm going to choose a different type, say rectangular, and also pick 1, 2. Oops. And let's say, okay, it's the red in there. Let's go to the section. And it starts creating these interesting features. I'm going to do some editing of some floors here. Let's select the floor, edit the boundary. And in 3D, you can do some tricks as well, such as pick as well the faces in 3D, and they will be projected to the floor where you're dealing with. Now, be careful with that, of course. You need to make sure, as always, that this can be a polyline. I'm going to split there in the middle, TR for trimming, and that would be an opening there, which would be kind of nice. I could have probably selected the other side better. I'm going to do the same here. Select the floor, edit boundary, pick lines here, 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 TR for trimming, and do SL for splitting, TR again. Okay, so I'm just opening those boxes so they're like spaces of visual connection, and then I can do the same here. Edit boundary, select. Okay, in this case, I'm just going to do a line myself. So here, comes to there, TR for trimming. And okay, see what happens there. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. Just working on things. You could create another stair going to that point. That would be level 1 because we go to the lower floor. If we want to see a little what's above us, we can always go for a little bit to the underlay and say, I want to see level 1.5. Whatever you place on the underlay, it's shown in light gray. That means that you might leave it, but typically I recommend it's considered temporary. So you remove it afterwards. You go to none again here. But it's good reference to see where it is. While working on level 1, what's happening in level 1.5. It's great tool. I'm going to do a stair. I'm going to choose the first straight option, and then I'm going to go from level 1 to level 1.5 in this case. And it's going to be something like here. I'm going to go half the number of risers. So this 10 and 10. And I'm going to choose this one going that way. So there you go. There's a point where I can still move these ones right and left or increase, and I can say okay. And that creates the stair. When it's created, you can move it around. And it could be done by MV, moving and being very precise if needed. And you can also select the stair, edit the stairs, and create some variations. For example, if this is the landing of the stair, you could do what is called converted. If you convert it, says you can go back. This makes it a sketch component, so then you can edit the sketch and edit the landing profile. So you could do this arc conditional, or even funkier if we're into funky things these days. Something like there you go. So that will be your landing redefined. And let's go to the 3D section and see how that looks. You can go to wireframe, WF. Notice that obviously this is a problem. It's not working properly because we will hit the floor, no? So we can hit like the floor boundary. I'm going to go to level 1.5, start picking things around. So I'm going to say, pick this one, this one, this one, this one. And what I'm going to do is TR here. And I'm going to do TR here. So basically I eliminate that detail. It comes up and rotates. I'm going to say, okay. And I could leave even the railing, but typically you could just edit the path, delete those, pick the remaining railings here and be located in the top, and TR to make sure it's a continuous polyline. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Well, really, it's a problem here, as you can imagine. So it's not going to work if you're coming up and go to that point. So I want to just, I could just flip this thing somehow, but I'm going to just continue that, go to level 1.5 and create this. I can do it by hand at this very point. Extend that one there, bring this one down, TR, and say okay. Railings to be edited. Comes here, stays there. Line here. These ones have to be done afterwards. Okay, so let's go to the 3D. That looks, obviously we can have that here. That would stop there and then come here. Okay, so we can do that in 3D, edit path. Sometimes it's easier to see. We need to do the line here. Pick. Now it comes back to that point. Okay, so we can do this. We have to do it in two patients. So delete this one, say yes to that one, and then the other one is another railing. You can do double right click on the railing, create similar, it will create the same type of railing. And I can pick now. Oops. So you see I was taking it down. You have to make sure you set in what level you want to be having your railing. So pick. This place should be the railing plan. There you go. Well, it's a little bit convoluted, I have to say, but this is what I ended up with. Okay. Maybe another railing here. Railing. Make sure it's 1.5. Pick. There you go. And, this is actually level 2. There we go. This could be a different type. Let's just make this one glass panel system. Okay, saving this, and I think we can call it a day in terms of definition. And the next video, remember you can have those as many as you want, like the boxes, and the next video will show a bit of how to take this into design, as I mentioned before.